Oh, why won't this stop? Why won't this stop? Once again, y'all think Cino's the one stroking the flames. Cino keeping this going. Nope, Cino ain't keeping it going. Once again, people say something stupid, and then I gotta come in and address it. What is the new rumor on the day's table? Oh, there's reports that Ime Udoka, there's a baby involved. There's a pregnancy with one of the girls. And there's also reports that he forced women to get abortions. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's the new news, man. That's where we at. We ain't even 1 minute into the entire video. And we just got to that. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that absolutely effing terrible? And on top of it, it's going to get even worse. Because the scenarios that everyone speak on all the time and complain about and say, hey, I'm through with this, I don't need this, or I don't need that. Well, it is what it is. This is definitely it. The people see through a lot of the vulnerabilities that other companies have presented themselves with. They see through people trying to do smoke screens to cover their own butt. And this is another case of it. I've seen it happen on the major scales. I've seen it happen on a smaller scale. I just seen it happen. So I understand it when I see it present itself or rear its ugly head. I say, okay, this is another scenario. We're just going to deal with it and be done. Now, the way I look at it, it's entirely different. There are people that really do research behind what they choose or what they choose not to do. It's been like that since the beginning of time. So what you're looking at is a scenario piece where there's one game, there's one situation, there's one outlet and one discovery to all of it. And it's about the facts of the case. Now, the Celtics could be running a smokescreen of distractions to run Ime Udoka's name through the dirt. True, that could be happening. It's Boston. I wouldn't put it past any of them. Now, the other side of that coin is very simple. There's people in media who wants attention. So they will create scenarios that are not true. They will create avenues or, bend whatever they can to try to make a story. Like with the one lady who was the sideline reporter who wanted to try to make herself the victim in this situation because they talked about her for one day on social media and then didn't speak about her again. She went back to obscurity. And now she's victimized, tormented, and tried to throw someone else in it. Didn't even really mention the sister who had way more attention on her and eyes blaming her than the whole entire situation. So we get it. We understand. Now, the way it was painted in the media, that was very alarming to me. And I say that with the most utmost respect. I think that the tone was different. They kind of brushed over this white lady's involvement in the relationship and made it seem like it was a black man coming after a white woman rather than both of them mutually being in a relationship and both of them were cheaters. She hadn't been made to look like a cheater. She's been protected. Had that been a black woman, would that have been the case? If it was two black colleagues working together, would it have gone in that fashion? Many people are asking themselves the same question. Would it have happened in that way? I know I don't believe it. Because we've known these situations, we've seen them for years. Okay, we've seen the way this plays out. And normally they paint the picture as the damsel in distress with the big, drooling black guy coming after the damsel in distress, usually white girl, blue eyes and blonde hair, right? That's the way they make it out to look. Beauty and the Beast. So, I like the fact that we can sit here and talk about these things and have a platform to really talk and express what the real problems are and what the real situations look like. Um, to me, it's a matter of how you view what's going on in the world. Let's take a bigger look at the picture here in the scope. Now, all of a sudden, there is a child, a pregnancy with one of the women. One of these women aren't the reason he's fired. There's only one woman, and it's the reason he's fired, right? There is other reasons, but these other women allegedly, there's other women involved. Allegedly, there are more women that he messed with. Probably did. I mean, shit, he's a man. But that's not why he was fired. So why would that be the news? That would be more news for Nia Long to do in her investigation of what the hell's going on with my family. Because that's her life. That's her family. That's not even a concern of the Boston Celtics. He's forcing women to get abortions. How would that come about? What what part of the investigation would they have to do any further details than what a private investigator found out? The only thing the private investigator did, he didn't investigate Ime Udoka. He investigated the wife. So by the husband's take, he had legal rights to investigate his wife to find out what she was doing. And he found out all of the things and details. And it led to the coach of the Boston Celtics. So nobody was investigating Ime Udoka. There was no need to. So it was brought to their attention. So now all these past transgressions in other women came out. It's not a criminal case. So the fact that it's not a league situation, so he don't have to turn over his phone to them if he doesn't want to. Now, all of these people have different outlooks on what they should see, what they should know, what has been presented to them. so on and so on. Am I saying Ime Udoka is the greatest guy on earth? No, I don't know him. I know him as a coach. He's very effective. That's all I know him as. Do I see him as a serial cheater? No. But it didn't surprise people because people cheated a lot. They cheated in this game. They cheat everything. They do what they can. It's not a big deal. His situation and why he was fired was only because of the way he pursued the woman in question. Other than that, none of this other stuff, pregnancies and other women, that had nothing to do with any decision that was made by the Boston Celtics. Period. Someone is concocting something to keep the circus wheel and the Ferris wheel going around. So, in case you guys were wondering, that is that. So there's, to be clear, in case people saw this late, to be absolutely 100% crystal clear, there was at any time, no chance in hell that you saw Ime Udoka do anything other than. He was not fired for pregnancy. He was not fired from causing women to get abortions. He was not fired for that. It was his ways he talked to the girl. That's what got him fired. His pursuit of her after she wanted things to end and told him it was ending. Okay? That was that. And that's about it. It's your boy Carceno. I'm out. Deuces.